Donald Trump is losing it as the call to invoke the 25th Amendment grows louder. Donald Trump physically and mentally deteriorating before our eyes, rotting in public, both in terms of his presidency and in terms of his health, in my opinion. Dr. Vin Gupta, who leads Midas Health, posted the following yesterday: erratic, can't finish sentences, often confused, illogical train of thought, word-finding difficulties, developing and worsening gradually over time. The president is exhibiting all the signs of dementia. Let me repeat that again. A world-renowned doctor who leads Midas Health, is saying Donald Trump exhibits all the classic signs of dementia. And it's pretty obvious, in my opinion, when you look at Donald Trump, that that's exactly what's going on. Either that, early onset Alzheimer's, whatever it is rapidly accelerating. Now, earlier yesterday morning, when Donald Trump posted the following, I called for the invocation of the 25th Amendment, and then we saw so many others call for the invocation of the 25th Amendment. Remove him from office now. Get him the hell away from the nuclear codes and the nuclear weapons. By the way, he seems to be threatening nuclear annihilation of Iran, to be clear. When he called up Rachel Scott and she said, "Is anything off limits?" Donald Trump said, "Very little is off limits. If we're unable to get a deal, I will blow up the entire country." So yes, he is making war crime threats. He has already engaged in heinous, catastrophic war crimes for which he needs to be tried at The Hague for war crimes. Absolutely. But it seems there that he's also threatening to engage in nuclear annihilation of Iran. Remember yesterday, Donald Trump writes, "Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah." Donald J. Trump. That's what your Easter message was. Praise be to Allah. So I said, and open the fucking straight. I mean, I hate cursing, but that's what he said. What a sick and demented and twisted piece of trash he is. And that's why I said, invoke the 25th Amendment now. Get him the hell out of there. I don't care what political party you're from. Get this lunatic the hell out of there. MAGA Republican Congressman Randy Fine responds to me, "Nope." But Democratic Senator Chris Murphy posted the following: "If I were in Trump's cabinet, I would spend Easter calling constitutional lawyers about the 25th Amendment. This is completely, utterly unhinged. He's already killed thousands. He's going to kill thousands more." Congresswoman Ansari, Democrat, writes, "The President of the United States is a deranged lunatic and a national security threat to our country and to the rest of the world." Senator Bernie Sanders writes, "1 month after starting the war in Iran, this is the statement of the President of the United States on Easter Sunday. These are the ravings of a dangerous and mentally unbalanced individual. Congress has got to act now. End this war." Marjorie Taylor Greene, former top Trump sycophant, former top MAGA now, she says, "I'm just America first." She goes, "I know all of you and him. He has gone insane and all of you are complicit." She's saying, "I know him better than anybody. He has actually gone insane." She goes, "On Easter morning, this is what the president posted. Everyone in his administration that claims to be a Christian needs to fall on their knees and beg for forgiveness from God to stop worshiping the president and intervene in Trump's madness." She's like, "I'm not defending Iran, but let's be honest about all of this. The strait is closed because the U.S. and Israel started an unprovoked war against Iran based on the same nuclear lies they've been telling for decades. At any moment, Iran would develop a nuclear weapon. You know who has nuclear weapons? Israel. They are more than capable of defending themselves without the U.S. having to fight their wars, kill innocent people and children, and pay for it. Trump threatening to bomb power plants and bridges hurts the Iranian people, the very very people Trump claimed he was freeing on Easter of all days. We as Christians should be reminded that the Son of God died and rose from the grave so that we can be forgiven once and for all for our sins. Jesus commanded us to love one another and forgive one another, even our enemies. Our president is not a Christian, and his words and actions should not be supported by Christians. Christians in the administration should be pursuing peace, urging the president to make peace. Democratic Congressmember Jim McGovern writes, "This is psychotic. The president of the United States needs to get help. Totally unhinged and extremely dangerous." Candace Owens, far right-wing extremist podcaster, she writes, "This is a satanic administration. We all realize," and she goes on, "we all realize satanic Zionists occupy the White House, and Congress needs to move to have the mad King Trump removed. All of our lives may depend upon other countries realizing that Trump is deeply unwell and surrounded by religious fanatics." Anthony Scaramucci goes, "It was at this point that our founders thought the best thing to do would be to remove a madman who has the executive office. It became more formalized with the 25th Amendment, but more people now should be calling for this man's removal." So I'm showing you a cross-section of people, right? I'm showing you Democratic Congress members, Democratic senators, a world-renowned doctor, Anthony Scaramucci, who was in the Trump administration, a far right-wing podcaster. You heard what she had to say. What about the embassies of Iran and the Iranian social media accounts? They're just basically like mocking Donald Trump. They're like, "Take it easy, Tiger. Keep your cool there, Tiger." They post these memes or these AI images of Donald Trump negotiating with himself, like Donald Trump shaking the hand of Donald Trump pretending to be Iran, like the shadow of Donald Trump as Iran. They show this photo of Donald Trump. This sick person, this is Iranian social media, this sick person is not just a disgrace to his country, a disgrace to all of humanity. Bring him in and we guarantee a full treatment. Now look, this is super important. If you used Medicare.gov to get Medicare Advantage plan information, you may want to double check your plan. The provider directory had inaccurate information on it, and it's possible you signed up for a plan that doesn't actually cover your existing doctors. Listen, folks, it's easy to choose the wrong Medicare plan, and unfortunately, Medicare mistakes can cost you thousands of dollars. That's why we partner with Chapter. When you need to choose a Medicare plan, call them. They're the only national advisor that compares and recommends every Medicare plan across Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and Part D. And they've helped people save over $1,100 on healthcare costs. In fact, they've helped hundreds of you in the MeidasTouch community save thousands and get better coverage. These guys won't push you to buy a plan you don't want to, and their support is completely free. So if you're on Medicare or will be soon, call them at 82 Medicare. They'll help you understand enrollment options and find ways to save on your healthcare. Again, call them at 82 Medicare. Now, the Fox viewers were like, what the hell is this guy talking about? They say, is the Strait of Hormuz in the room with him? Wasn't it closed before the not a war? You have 2 days, no 10 days, no 5 days. No, you have until Saturday. No, till next Tuesday. No, wait. And then somebody goes, thought that Oompa Loompa said he didn't need the strait open. It was already open before. Am I slow? I thought he said it would automatically open. He said the USA doesn't depend on the strait. Oh, this must be a hidden chapter in the art of the deal. Get ready to win big, y'all. Those are comments from the Fox message boards, right? Right-wing people are looking at this like, dude, what the hell? Iranian officials say that Trump is in despair and in anger, that he keeps repeating delusional claims, adding the Strait of Hormuz will remain closed until war damages are compensated under a new transit fee framework. They're saying this guy is delusional. And by the way, Iranian social media is also saying, seriously, think about the 25th Amendment, Section 4. Watch this video right here as former CIA officer Larry Johnson calls for the 25th Amendment to remove Donald Trump and warns global leaders are just stunned by this insanity. Here's former CIA officer Larry Johnson. Let's play this clip.
People are very much, I'm friends with Jeffrey Warnick. He's the owner of BitChute, one of the social media platforms out there, where you can post videos. And he went on, he made an extended video today, calling for the 25th Amendment to be invoked, that Donald Trump ought to be walked out of the White House wearing a nice white jacket that with the sleeves tied behind his back, and then taken to a nice facility, given some pudding, and allowed to watch TV. But as far as lead the United States and have his hand on the nuclear button, I can imagine even Putin and Xi Jinping are just, their jaws have had to drop. I don't even think they ever anticipated that Trump could be this crazy. And now you have to really begin asking those serious questions of, is the United States in the control of a madman who might use nuclear weapons? And you have to say yes.
Now, we had lots of Meidas correspondents who were also talking about the importance of invoking the 25th Amendment. Scott McFarlane, make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. He was calling out Trump for the 25th Amendment. Katie Fang, make sure you subscribe to her YouTube channel, calling out Donald Trump and the need to invoke the 25th Amendment. Just shout out to MeidasTouch, independent journalist. He goes, an Easter message from the president, which should really force the VP and the cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment. And just showing you some of these clips of Donald Trump in the past, over the past week or so. Remember when Donald Trump said, we're totally independent of the Middle East during his disastrous address to the nation? We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. Here, play this clip.
We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies.
And then remember when Donald Trump said that back on March 24th or so, when Donald Trump said, Iran gave me a present. They gave me a gift. That was March 24th. They gave me a gift, everybody, a great gift. Here, play this clip.
Because they're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal. They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. And it was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize. And they gave it to us, and they said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people.
Is that nuclear related?
No, it wasn't nuclear related. It was oil and gas related. And it was a very nice thing they did. But what it showed me is that we're dealing with the right people.
Or on March 26th, when Donald Trump was joking about his cabinet invoking the 25th Amendment, and you could see a lot of the people around him awkwardly laughing. Play this clip.
Embarrassed. I don't want to embarrass you because I think I think she's a friendly reporter, so I'm sorry. But, I can't say what we're going to do, because if I did, I wouldn't be sitting here for long. They'd probably, what is it called, the 25th Amendment? They'd institute the 25th Amendment, which they didn't do with Biden, which is shocking.
And then here's Donald Trump saying that other countries need to build up, this was him at his address to the nation, that countries need to build up delayed courage and just take the Strait of Hormuz. Here, play this clip right here.
So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought.
And if you just think about Donald Trump's fake deadlines, March 21st, 48-hour deadline, March 23rd, postponed for 5 days, March 26th, postponed for 10 days, April 4th, 48-hour deadline, April 5th, postponed to April 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's all just totally and utterly deranged. Tell me what you think. Lots of voices, though, saying what we've been saying for a very long time. Invoke the 25th Amendment. Remove this lunatic. This isn't a normal political time. You know, I know people compare it. Oh, this is like the neocons. The neocons were terrible. But this is something entirely different. This is end of civilization craziness right now and derangedness. And this guy needs to impeach him. 25th Amendment. This is ridiculous. And the stain this is leaving on the United States, it's frankly irreparable, the damage that's been done. It's humiliating what this guy's doing. Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers, and thanks for watching.
New Meidas merch. Head to store.meidastouch.com today and get yourself the best pro-democracy gear and show your support. That's store.meidastouch.com.